say hello to my little friend. All right, look at that. New day, new shirt. Let's continue with our very important work. All right, so here we go. Here's the light. We're gonna light it up for the first time. Right now, what you're hearing is the onboard mic on my camera, and then I'm gonna switch over to the Zoom H4n afterwards, and we're gonna see if we can hear the noise from this fan that everyone talks about. So let's switch this on. Oh, I like that LCD panel. Oh, I can hear that. Okay, this is right now with the onboard mic on my camera. This is what we're hearing. And now let's try. And now with the H4n zoom. Yeah, you can definitely hear that. That's audible. All right, so we're pretty close. Right now we're about 2 feet away. There's a streetcar passing outside the window. I'll wait for that to pass. I can still hear that. I can still hear that from 2 feet. Let's go. We're about 4 feet now. Yeah, it's still pretty audible. Okay, let's go. We're about, I'd say 6 feet now. Yeah, I can still hear it. I don't know if the Zoom H4n is going to hear it. But I can hear it in real life, and we'll see when I edit this video if we can hear it. And that's not a very pleasant fan sound either. Yeah, that's not fun at all. All right, well, we'll see how this thing works out in video recording. I assume once I have the softbox and everything set up, it should be fine. Whatever that sound is, if I do hear that in video, when I record video, I will look into that Noctua update or fix this light, and maybe I'll just return the whole thing. I don't know, but that's definitely a little concerning. All right, so what we're gonna try here is I have a window here. My camera is set to auto exposure right now, or auto ISO. f5.6 1/60th of a second. And okay, so I have this dark corner here, so let's pretend we're trying to light something up. We've got a south-facing window here with a lot of natural light coming in, and let's say I want to put a subject matter over there. Can we light up the corner? Light is now at 10%. Let's take it up to 20. Not much difference. 30. A little bit brighter. Oh yeah, we flip it on and off, we can see. Oh, it resets to 10%. Okay. So let's try 50%. Okay, that definitely lights it up pretty good. And let's go 100% all the way. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. If I'm filming here doing a vlog and I have the ISO on automatic, I can move from sunnier areas to the shadier areas, and this light can fill in pretty good. And that's pretty bright. Ow, ow. Okay, I'm not going to look at it with my eyeballs, but yeah, that's pretty bright. All right, so now we're going to pop this reflector on here. And can we hear the fan still? I can definitely hear it. I'm pretty close to it. So far, I'm liking the light, and I'm liking the dials on the back. I'm liking the LCD. I'm liking the build quality. Definitely feel solid, but that fan is the one thing that's kind of irking me, but I can deal with it as long as I don't hear it in the video. This would look pretty cool with an anamorphic lens, by the way, with that flare. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Okay, that's... I have the light tightened on here, but it's still loose. Okay, so we're going to tighten it again. Okay, so it's not a very secure or sturdy clamp. Like it's tight here, but it still wobbles. Build quality, I guess, isn't that good on this part. Okay, let's take a look at that. I wonder why that is. Is it an easy fix? Oh, looks like this might come right off. We have a washer. We have a bolt. Okay. Nothing too fancy here. Alright. It looks like it's got little teeth here. It should, yeah, so build quality just keeps looking worse and worse here. So it's got these little teeth. Let's see, how can we set this up so you can see it? It's got these little teeth, these little grooves, and they should stick to each other and hold in place. But for whatever reason, it is not doing so. Okay, let's try and put it back together here. I'm gonna slide this. There's little grooves in here too. I don't know if you can see that. Lighting isn't set up to see that. Okay. I'm gonna screw it back together. Yeah, it still wobbles. Tighten it. It's all plastic, so I don't want to over tighten it. But I guess you get what you pay for. I'm not going to complain. The LED is super bright, but this definitely could use some work. If you have one of these lights too, let me know if yours wobbles as well. I mean, it's usable. It's usable. It's just not the best. You know what? I'm going to put the softbox I got, the Neewer softbox. We're going to pop that on there and see what it sounds like with that. Let's get this on here. Okay, there we go. I heard the click. Okay. It's not too bad. Oh, you see that? Ooh, look. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Should be able to take the weight of this. It's pretty tight. I've tightened this pretty good. I don't want to tighten any more because it is plastic. I could break. Maybe this light is just defective here. Yeah. Whoa, okay. Not happy with that, that's for sure. Seems to be holding now. See what happens. So now we're gonna clip this piece in. Now setting up this thing just as it is kind of tedious. I wouldn't want to have to like set it up and take it apart all the time. But let's just jump into a time lapse as I clip this in. Okay, so this is clipped in, but the light did fall again. Alright, so we got the Velcro on, and let's turn on the light. That definitely appears to be a nice, soft, diffused light. I like that. This material is really nice. I like that too. And let's see. You know what? This would be a good time to use that remote. Alright, so here we go. It's working. Can you hear can you hear the fan behind me? I can definitely hear it in real life. Does the mic pick it up? I think the mic should probably pick that up. That's loud enough. And with these buttons, you have to keep clicking them for the light to go up. You can't just hold it down. Okay, so we're at 100% brightness right here. So this is 100% brightness, and let's take it down to 10%. Okay, we're at 60. 50, 40, 20, well, it stops at 25. It won't go below 25. Okay, that's strange. But that's okay. I mean, this is plenty of light anyway. It's cool to have a remote. I can definitely get into that. You know what I'm going to do now? In terms of the light itself, I like the quality of the light. The daylight balance looks good. The build quality of the actual light is good. That, I guess the part that clips into the stand, the hinge or whatever you want to call it, that seems to be pretty flimsy to me. I don't know, the fan, maybe I could deal with it if I don't hear it when I have the light set up as I'm going to use it. But that hinge, yeah, that seems like it would be a weak point, and if that breaks, your whole system is pretty much useless. But let's set up this light in a way that I would actually use it while filming myself doing something for YouTube, and let's see if we can hear the fan. Alright, so now I have the talking head kind of thing set up here. I have a Neewer ring light there, it's just a little edge light, and then I have this softbox up and to the left of me to give a nice soft light on one side of my face, and blah 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 blah. Can you hear the fan? Can you hear the fan? That's the question. And we're doing a recording now with the H4n Pro Zoom. Now we're gonna do a recording with onboard camera audio. All right, and the light is about, I don't know, let's say 4 feet away from the camera right now, and it is behind the softbox. Now we'll do one more thing. I have this Rode Micro shotgun mic. We're gonna pop this on the camera and see if that picks up the fan noise. All right, so now we have the Rode Video Micro plugged in, and it is a shotgun mic, so it should just pick up whatever is here. Do you hear the fan? My computer is over there too. Blue lights, they have fans. It's a quiet hum though. Alright, let's see if that picked up the fan noise. Alright, moving along here, we are going to try these gels, and we have that dark corner there, so we're going to try and light up that corner with these colors. And we're going to attach the barn doors and then slip these on. The reflector actually fits over top of the barn doors. And this wire doohickey snaps around behind one of these pins to hold it in place. So it's on there, but it's not really that secure. Well, it's not falling off. I'm not gonna say it's not secure, but it's pretty flimsy. All right, so let's get this on here and we'll test it out. All right, let's start with the blue. Okay, so pop it into here, and let's fire this up. Let there be blue. Let's see if we can light up this corner with blue. Okay, it's decent. It's decent. Like, it throws a blue gel on there, but it's not a very strong color. I've seen a lot of people review these lights and they use them in dark situations. They use them at night or in a studio that's dim. But you can see here when it's competing with daylight coming through the window, it's not as bright as you think it is. Okay, so let's try the other colors out. Moving on to red. Same. So I can see the monitor here. It adds, it adds the color, but the color lacks richness. It's a very washed out gel. Yellow. Okay. Ooh. Look at that. Now I noticed the blue is also peeling as well. Okay, you know what? Honestly, I'm returning this. I am going to put this back in the Amazon box, and I am sending it back to Amazon. I know it's only 177 bucks. That's what I paid for it up here in Canada. But the quality of this, I mean, other than the LED itself, which is nice and bright, could be brighter in daylight situations, I'm just really disappointed with the quality control. I'm really disappointed with this product. Like, these gels wouldn't last long. These are... like, this is garbage. This is really garbage. I think what I'll do is I'll save up a little more and I'll just go for the Aperture 120D and just bite the bullet, buy that Aperture. And I don't know, my fear is that this is so badly made. There's so many issues right now out of the box. If I hold on to this for a year, is it going to fall apart? Is it going to continue to break? Like, what else is going to happen? That's my concern, if it's not, the first impression isn't good. So I don't know. All right, same shirt, same day. Just a few hours later, I spent some time on YouTube looking at reviews of this Godox light. I'm using it right now, actually. It seems like my fan makes a different sound than a lot of the sounds that they've been recording. So I'm wondering if this fan is just a little defective or this whole unit is just a little weird. I haven't heard anybody complain about a defective, I don't know what you would call that, because my light kept falling all the time. It was loose, it was falling apart. Even right now, if I jiggle the unit, it'll just fall. I think that connector is defective on my light. I think the fan is defective on my light. But in any case, the fans are noisy regardless. And what I did is I went on Amazon and I ordered a Noctua fan. So I am going to do the DIY project and I am going to replace the fan in this light with the Noctua fan to make it quiet. Because I don't know if my ears are just more sensitive or whatever, but as I was recording this video, I just kept getting more and more frustrated because all I heard was and it was driving me nuts. Because the other options are the Aperture 120D and then there's the Aperture 120D Mark II. And then the one that really caught my eye and the one I will probably eventually buy is the Palsy Buff 800W Link. The Link light looks amazing, amazing. I mean, if you're a videographer, you probably don't have any use for it. But if you're a hybrid shooter like me, it is an incredible studio strobe with an awesome light. It's very similar to the Aperture 120D in terms of the light output. And so it might be the best hybrid light for me because I can use it for my photography and I can use it for my videography. And I don't have to have one set of lights because this Godox unit, I can't use this for photography. It's strictly a video light and it's just kind of, that's all it can do, right? Same with the Aperture 120D, it's a video light and that's all it can do. But if I pick up these Palsy Buff Link lights, then I can use them for video and photo and you kind of kill two birds with one stone. But those lights are $800 and something each, so they're expensive. They're right up there with the 120Ds. So I think what I'll do is I'll stick with this Godox unit for now. I'll replace the fan in there with the Noctua fan, and I'll keep working away. And when I'm ready to buy those Lynx units from Palsy Buff, I'll go ahead and buy those, and then I'll just sell this Godox unit with the Noctua fan to somebody who wants a silent Godox light source. So that's the plan. That's the review. I am kind of disappointed, but I am going to keep the light because at this price point, there's just kind of not much else out there that can do what this light can do. I mean, you're getting a lot of light and a lot of features and a lot of attachments at this price point that if you wanted those kinds of features, you would have to spend a lot more money. So kind of is a trade-off. You get what you pay for. Hopefully with a new fan, it'll be quieter and it won't bother me as much. And then with it hooked up to the stand, I mean, see, just touched it and it fell. So that's the other problem, but as long as I don't touch it, it should be okay. Or maybe there's some kind of DIY project I can do to fix that, because it's just plastic and it's screwed into the bottom of the Godox housing. So maybe I can replace it with a metal plate or a metal something or other. So that's something I'll look into. But yep, this review is now over. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found that helpful. I know my review is definitely a little different from a lot of other reviews I've seen on YouTube, but take it for what it is. I'm just being honest with my experience here, and that's it. See you guys in the next one.